Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Wednesday the 25th of May 2022. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Wild Unknown Tarot for today's reading. Let's see what these cards have to say about Wednesday and what energy you'll be working with. Okay, let me just... Right, so I'm just going to shuffle these cards a few times. Then I'm going to choose three to see what the day is all about. So first we've got the Empress, the Sun in reverse, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, that's interesting. The Sun is a major arcana card. It's about being in touch with your inner child, knowing what makes you happy, and being able to live in the moment and to feel like you have some say over what goes on in your life. The Sun, I always mention, is like the solar plexus chakra in the chakra system, and it's the one at the center of your torso. That's all about your energy, your happiness, your drive, and that's in reverse. And here we've got the Empress. The Empress is about new beginnings, and it's about love. So it's interesting because the Sun is also about new beginnings. It's about saying, this is what I care about, this is what I'm going to pursue. But the Empress, and it's interesting to me that we've got this tree here, which to me is like the ultimate symbol of nature. When I used to have a car and drive around, I always looked at the trees and they always looked like upside down lungs to me. So it's about starting something new that intuitively feels natural. Rather than saying this is what I like and this is what I care about and this is what's important, it's about aligning yourself with the natural rhythms that occur in your life already. So rather than taking a pool and putting in a machine to create waves, it's the difference between actually going to the ocean where there are natural waves and swimming in that instead. So it's less work, there's less determination and control involved. And the Empress is saying to me that there is this natural rhythm and it's leading you, or it's kind of your, like when, again, in the ocean, when there's a current and you put your stuff down on the beach, your towels and things, and then you jump in and you swim for about 5 minutes and you look back to the beach and you've moved way down and your towel is now over there. So that's the kind of vibe I'm getting here, that there's an opportunity for a new beginning that exists in its own right. And all you need to do is kind of jump on the wave and surf it instead of creating the wave in its own right. So we've got the moon here. The moon is intuition. It's what feels natural. It's what feels comfortable. And obviously with this tree here, first and foremost, I think there's a natural ability to just breathe and to say, okay, this is where I'm at in my life. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to change anything. I get to enjoy this second and the next second, and I get to look around and see what kind of currents are flowing through my life at the moment. And then your intuition is going to pick one or two, and it's going to say, this is the most natural and positive thing to align yourself with today, because it's going to take you somewhere. It's going to lead you in the right direction. And then we've got the Sun in reverse. And in this deck, it really doesn't matter if it's upside down or not, because all we've got are these birds. And if you turn them around, you still have the other birds. So the energy and the happiness and the ability to be in the moment is still there. But again, the thing that I feel is missing is this overweening need to control and to build something from scratch. You're just much more holistic. You're willing to recycle the plastic bottles to create a new plastic bottle. You're not going into the lab and creating plastic and then taking a mold and making your own bottles. I hope I'm explaining that properly, because that's really the difference of this day that I'm getting. That it's much more useful to do research and to naturally go with the flow than to say, I'm digging my heels in and I'm not interested in my environment. This is me. So finally, we've got the Ace of Wands, which is an amazing combination of these two cards, really. This is why the tarot is just the best. So you can see the Ace, first of all, the Ace of Wands is a blessing from the universe. It's the first card in the suit of Wands. And Wands is fire. So it's saying, here you go, this is what you're passionate about. This is what is going to take you somewhere in life. The promise that actually delivers. And then you get motivated and you're like, okay, you know, come hell or high water, failure or success, I don't care. This is important to me, so I'm going to pursue it. So you could argue, well, you know, Greg, there's a little bit of control involved here. I'm going to have to say, this is what I enjoy, this is what I'm going to commit to, and then I'm going to follow the yellow brick road. But again, I think it's different because it's this motivation that naturally kind of washes into you, and then it gives you direction, and all you're doing really is you're following this rhythm that already exists. And then the best thing about this card, I feel, is that we've got this wand, but we've got these little flowers growing out the side. So this is a branch from this tree, really. Could argue that it could be from a different tree, but we've got this one right here. So what you're doing is you're looking at the good stuff that naturally thrives in your life. And then you're plucking one of the branches off and saying, this is the one that really thrills me, where I see the most potential. Or let's, you know, just to keep the image, let's not mix all the metaphors together, oceans and branches and everything. You can even leave the branch on the tree, right? And watch the little flowers open and for them to become, I don't know, cherries or whatever. But it's an extension of this card, which on this day is telling me that the potential for growth and the ability to get things right and to do things that are enjoyable, they already exist. So if you look at the particulars and you say, okay, one or two things really, they feel amazing to me today. I'm going to structure those into my day and pursue them and see where it leads me. It's the Ace of Wands saying, instead of being, okay, this is what I love, I'm going to build it, I'm going to make it happen, all you're doing is you're connecting with something that already grows in its own right, that has a life of its own, and you're kind of hanging on to the wand. Let's say it's a broomstick, right? Like a witch would ride. You're just sitting on the broomstick, and then the broomstick takes off on its own and takes you somewhere. And that's really the difference. So you're a surfer today, not a surfing instructor. Or you're a person driving the car, you're not the engineer building the car. So you're making use of what already is in your life. And I think this is going to be a super enjoyable process. All you need to do is say, hey, what do I enjoy? And then let it take you for a ride. That's going to end up adding something very positive and valuable to your everyday experience. So it doesn't really get much easier. Number-wise, we've got 19 and 3 is 22, and 1 is 23. 2 and 3 is 5, and 5 in numerology is freedom. So it's the natural world extending itself to you and saying, hey, this is what works for you, this is what you enjoy. Connect with us and we'll take you somewhere happy. And it's the abstract spiritual world that's saying there are certain feelings or there are certain states of being which resonate with you specifically. Other people may not enjoy them as much as you do. Make those things bigger by focusing on them and see where they lead you. So it's a very hands-off day, and it's a day where you're being chauffeured around. You're not driving the car either. You're sitting in the back seat, having a nice little beverage, and you're being driven somewhere amazing. And the destination is the number 5, freedom. So by doing this, your life isn't going to get smaller and feel worse and more controlling. It's going to feel effortless, and you don't have to take things so seriously, and you're able to let life surprise you and delight you with the wonderful things that it's offering you, which doesn't happen every day, right? Some days it's just enough to wake up and get out of bed. But on days like this, it's like, wow, I started this morning, brushing my teeth and making myself an egg and getting ready for work. And then this happened and this happened and this happened. And look at where I am now at the end of the day. I could have never imagined. Isn't that amazing? So that's fab news. And I'm really excited that we've got a day like this coming up. I hope you have a wonderful time. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to order your reading with me. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.